Bonsoir. Okay, so while I was doing a bit of a spring clean, hang on, let me fix this. Okay, yeah, so as I was doing a spring clean, only 2 cards fell on the floor from my Intuit deck. These were the 2 cards that fell on the floor, and I just thought it was interesting. It feels like someone is about to reach out. I know that sounds so typical of TikTok readings, but this is what came out. This also says has 27 and 7, so the 27th of July could be a birthday, a point of communication. Like maybe that was the last time you heard from this person. But the moose, number 9 and the letter A, but imposing, powerful, independent, time alone, attitude is everything, calm, cool and collected, confident and solidarity. And then obviously letter is any kind of written document. If it's not written, it can be any kind of communication like email, text, call. But this is about making contact. And I feel as though you are about to receive contact from someone that you haven't had contact with for a long time. And I'm actually getting this vibe that it's like, if in the past you felt like when this person did make contact, it would almost like send your nervous system into a tailspin, like you'd get anxious and nervous about it. But it's almost like I'm sensing this coming in and it's feeling quite grounded and you're not going to feel overwhelmed by it. You're just going to feel kind of neutral, which is really good. So anyway, let's get into it and see what it is that they want you to know. Oh, hang on. One of these fell over too. Karmic ties. I'm struggling with codependency. I'm afraid to let go of my old coping mechanisms. Number 2. So that could actually even be how you feel cool, calm, collected when this communication comes in, and you normally feel anxious when they make contact. Perhaps the roles are going to be reversed. This person's really working through their issues of codependency and such, and their anxiousness to reach out to you is overwhelming them, whereas you've now reached a point where you've released a lot of that anxiety. Okay, just trying to work out what I want to get first. Let's get these. No, first, what is this connection? I'll get the Time Island Wellness. What is this connection, please? Okay, so this is on guard. But I don't think that, like, on guard as in fencing, not that you are on guard. Competing for someone at an impasse, guarded, needs space, takes time, skilled interaction. I'm actually seeing that as I don't think you're going to go, or you might even say I handled that really well. You might actually feel like you've become more skilled in the way you communicate when this happens, almost like you notice that you've leveled up, because 1, not being anxious, but 2, just feeling like your communication style has leveled up. But as well, this being that this person coming in probably is going to reflect someone that is keeping their cards close to their chest but being very guarded about. It's like, I don't see this person coming in with some huge declaration of love. It might be just a testing the waters to see what's going on here, like between the two of you, or what's been happening with you during this no contact. What is this connection? As well though, since the question is, what is this connection? This might have been something that you had to be on guard with this person a lot of the time, because there was that element of not feeling safe, like they were always had 1 foot in, 1 foot out, or maybe you always had 1 foot in, 1 foot out. You never fully trusted each other, and it needed space so that you could develop that confidence within yourselves and knowing that you can actually be solid partners for one another. But even this same skilled interaction, I actually feel like the pair of you will feel like you've actually had a very productive conversation once this is over. But I think this person's reached this kind of pivotal point where they don't want to wait anymore. They're going to reach out. What is this connection, please? Oh, they're being fussy. What is this connection, please? The Chaser. I think there's been a bit of a role reversal where I said this person's going to be the one that's anxious about reaching out and you're going to feel quite neutral. I think that perhaps you chased this person for a long time during the actual connection and then when it was over. And I think it's been quite some time since you've chased this person. And I think the roles are reversing now where they're realizing if they want to have you in their life, they're going to have to chase after you. But that as well is another card about issues around codependency. So I think this person has a fear of deep commitment, not because the feelings aren't there, but because of their own traumatic experiences. This connection definitely had that runner-chaser dynamic. Date. So meeting someone new, dating, get back out there, plan, set a date. Blowing bubbles, that's a new one for me. Gratitude. So fun, loving, and bubbly to confirm on guard. So I feel like, especially because this has kind of a very being in the moment feeling, that's where I feel like your neutrality is going to pay off for you, because you're just going to feel very like, no, you're not angry, you're not upset, you're not excited, you're just neutral, and it's going to feel like it's just going to go with the flow, this conversation, and it's going to end up feeling like quite a fulfilling interaction with this person. But I think that they are also trying to manifest a good outcome when making contact with you. But to confirm the chase, you've got gratuity, which is being gracious obviously, but an abundant mindset. I think that you were, when this connection was originally together, I think that you were trying to constantly find the positives, or constantly trying to see the good in this person because you loved them so much. And in doing that, I'm seeing someone trying to make the best of the situation because you didn't want it to be over. And that then made this person feel like you were the one chasing everything in the relation, chasing them in the dynamic. Okay. Sorry, I don't know why I've just started yawning all of a sudden. And interestingly too, with On Guard, how it says competing for someone, and then you've got date, meeting someone new. Maybe this person felt, or maybe you actually did move on to another person quite quickly after this relationship was over, and that's something that plays on their mind here. Okay, yeah, so keys on a ring. So this to me feels like if it wasn't you that moved on to someone not long after, this person did. And you may very well know this, that they very quickly jumped into bed with another option not long after the ending of this. And that could be something that made you feel very insignificant to this person, especially because you were the one chasing and trying to keep this relationship going. But you've got the snake here. So that to me reflects that the person that this one jumped into bed with, this person that they hooked up with after you, was someone that you knew. Maybe not necessarily like a friend, but definitely someone that you knew was around your energy when you two were together. Literally a snake in the grass. Someone that comes across really bubbly and fun, but was kind of always... I think your gut would have told you, it's like there's something about them that you just knew that wasn't right. But under the snake, you've got sorry, not sorry. So this is someone that knew the depth of your connection and didn't give two Fs. And you might have even you might even still hold some resentment towards your person, even if it wasn't specific. It wasn't that they cheated, but they jumped into bed with this person quite soon after this was over. It still feels like betrayal. It's like that song Traitor by Olivia Rodrigo, is it? But sorry, not sorry is very blatant, like you are harboring hurt and resentment over what this person did to you, and you feel like they weren't genuinely apologetic for it, like they didn't really care. Made excuses in their head why it was okay to do that, or that you weren't together anymore, and it's just really they just came across very coldly detached, very apathetic, like it didn't matter. And I do believe they actually feel sorry about it and want to make amends for it. I'm sure this has a feeling of this person definitely knows that they want your forgiveness where this is concerned. But palm tree on the bottom, so stability, security, permanence, growth, endurance, flexibility. This was a connection that you thought was going to last, stand the test of time. You saw them as a permanent fixture in your life that you were going to be with for the rest of your life. You were making plans. You thought that this was a stable, secure connection, and that you two would grow together. So that would have made them hooking up with this person or persons after you, not long after you, feel even more painful, because that was someone that you really thought was, it was a serious connection. Actually, I'm going to get these ones first. What is the energy around this communication, please? Yeah, someone else. That's the someone they went to. And that person, especially with this, someone is in the middle, someone is trying to sabotage this. Again, this was an energy that was this was someone that was around you guys when you were together, and they knew that you were together. And I'm also hearing it's like your person would vent to this third party about the conflicts that you two would have, and they kind of minimized it so basically they would bitch to this person about you or about the arguments, and this person it's got that vibe of like, oh, why is she even mad at you? I don't even know what her problem is, and just really belittling you. And it's like that's that snake in the grass feeling, that guy or girl who secretly wants your person, and any seeds they can plant to put doubt in your partner's mind, they take it. And this person definitely was going to this third party, and I don't think you're fully aware to what extent they were talking behind your back. But this person was certainly there around, trying to sabotage this. Distance. So there's physical distance between you and this person. And I think that's another reason why this person's going to be so anxious about reaching out, because there's actual, obviously emotional distance, as in there's been no contact, but physical distance. Like, it's not like they can come drive to see you. But because of this someone else, it put emotional distance between the two of you, because they were seeking validation from someone outside of the relationship. Open up your heart, it'll help you attract more love. That to me confirms that feeling I'm getting, where when this person reaches out, you're just going to feel quite neutral. Like, you're not going to be mad at them. I do think there's still pain around what happened here. But you're not so attached to it anymore because it's been some time. Yeah, liar. So this person was deceitful about... They were both deceitful. So this third party, there's someone else, someone is in the middle trying to sabotage this. They're deceitful, which gives off that energy anyway, that whole like getting close with your partner, and they're bitching about you to this girl or guy behind your back, and they're getting in there. So both of them were lying and being deceitful here. It's not like I'm feeling this person cheated on you. It's still like that song Traitor. It feels like they went to this person very quick after things were done with you two, but they were around before things ended. Gold digger. So the funny thing is that this person, by treating you this way and letting this snake in, caused emotional and then actual physical distance between you two. But then they acted as if you were using them, or the influences around them were acting as if your expectations were too much, like you wanted too much when you didn't. You felt used by this person too, especially because you thought that this was going to be a permanent person in your life that you were building a future with, and then they abandoned you, created emotional. So when they created physical distance between you, they then also detached in such a cold manner, ran straight to this person that was a snake in the grass during your connection so quickly. And then when there was distance, they cut you off coldly, no communication, leaving you kind of having to figure out what the hell went wrong. Health. So I think this probably really hindered your mental health, something that you had to very much focus on when this was over. But through time and healing and working on yourself and focusing on yourself and your mental health in particular, and maybe physical health too, maybe you've been concentrating on exercising more recently, and really all of that is getting you to that place of neutrality where you will speak to them and just feel kind of centered. Whereas in the past, you didn't feel that way. And I think that reflects how they're saying it will help you attract more love, because you are now open to receiving that because you've done a lot of healing. Yes, luck is on your side, perfect. And then commitment on the bottom. So you could have been engaged to this person, and that's what I mean. Planning a future, someone that you expected to spend the rest of your life with, and then they ended things so coldly, put distance in between you, and then ran straight to someone jump straight into bed with someone that was around during your connection, that was always in the background. Ugh, yuck. But let's see what it is they want to say. What does this... Okay, so let's see what these unspoken messages are. What does this person want to communicate to you? I'm afraid of getting hurt again, but the irony is that that's what they did to you. I'm haunted by the words I didn't say, and that's the other thing. Because they get detached so coldly and cut you off, no communication, I'm seeing someone having written... Perhaps this person did write you letters and you never got them, or they never sent them. Same with text messages, emails. I think this person has a lot on their chest that they've never actually spoken out loud to you because of the shame they feel. And it's like you had to give yourself that closure because they never gave it to you. I regret the distance I created between us. I wish we had another chance. So them as well, knowing that I think there's a lot of regret and remorse over the fact that they ended things the way they did, their actions after. And then obviously the fact that physical distance ended up had put between you two. So if you had to move to be with them, and then not only, and you had that committed card, if you were engaged to them, or you were planning marriage, planning a family, and when things got hard, they abandoned the connection, and then you had to start your life all over again. Things like that, that's very heavy situation to build yourself back up from, and this person certainly knows the gravity of what they've done to you and the connection. And as well, I'm getting them maybe at one point wanting to reach out to you and fix this, but stopping themselves. I feel like you never truly listened to me, and that's where the conflict came in, because it's like you both would have these situations where you weren't understanding each other, and that then led this person to unfortunately go to a third party to validate their feelings, and this person was a snake and they used that opportunity. You left me with unanswered questions, which is funny because I desire you in ways I can't explain. They regret the distance created between you, but then they're looking at you like they have unanswered questions, but they cut off communication with you. I dream of a future where we are together. All right, so let's get how they actually feel about this connection. Like what their, like maybe intentions, what they want moving forward here. What are their feelings about this connection, please? And this collective. What are their feelings about this connection and this collective? Wordless. There's so much for me to tell you, but I'm unable to express myself in a rational way, so I'd rather keep quiet. Again, they've got so much to say, but they don't even know where to begin. Number 80. And that's also making me think that this person has written out a lot of things to you, be it a letter, be it an email, be it a text message, and then just never hit send. Because no matter how they wrote it, it never came out, or they always overthought what they needed to say. Past lives. When I'm with you, I feel as if time just stops and it's just you and me against the world. You feel like home to me. You understand me and I understand you. And isn't that funny how they feel like you didn't listen to them, but then at the same time, they feel like you see the real them and you love them anyway. They feel like you are their home. Wherever you are in the world, that's where home is, wherever you are. You feel like home to them, and they believe this to be something more divine than just some random person, like this was fated. And I think as well, they look back on memories and imagine the memories that they're sharing the memories that they're getting nostalgic over in their mind. They're thinking to themselves, I wish I could have just paused time right there and we could have just been in that happy moment forever. Self-love. I've been working on my self-worth and I'm recognizing the issues that have been holding me back. I'm trying to heal myself by loving myself first. So I think as well, this reflects that clearly with that betrayal, that this person went into self-destruct mode, especially jumping into bed with someone and just acting like an idiot, and I think trying to cover basically running from their emotions over how this ended and the pain. So they would have acted like an idiot, and their actions afterwards, they weren't able to outrun their feelings. So now they're heavily focused on, what do I need to do to heal so that I can be a better person? Because all these self-destructive behaviors come from a lack of self-worth. I just heard, you're disgusting, I hate you, which is really harsh, but it's almost like it's like I'm hearing them saying it to themselves, like they're disgusted with themselves, like, you're disgusting, I hate you, at themselves. But divine masculine, that's interesting. Clarity of focus, generosity of heart, powerful presence, undaunted ambition, discipline, largeness of mind, risk-taking, assertiveness, strength of body and resolve, fiercely protective, instinct, action-orientated. And I think that's where they're at now. They've been working on their self-love and they're on the verge of taking action here. I'm working on my divine masculine side. I need to be more assertive, confident, and speak up for myself. I can no longer bow out of things and situations when I become fearful, but fight for what I love, and that is you. Divine timing. Okay, so denial of connection. So there's two there. So for past lives, now they're feeling like they understand the connection, realizing how much you got them and how deep this connection really was. But for a long time, they were denying the connection, which makes sense as to why they were doing all this self-destructive stuff, sleeping around, just being an idiot, because they were denying it for a long time. I realize there is something between us, but I do not have the time or capacity to understand it. Everything is too much too soon, and I have other things I need to deal with. So they were avoiding. Aries is important. And Aries could have been the one that they went to. Could very well be, because this even says I was impulsive, irrational, and selfish. I pushed this connection to its breaking point. I'm sorry for causing so much conflict in our lives. So they know their behavior during the connection was unacceptable. They were selfish. They lashed out and they pushed you away. And they pushed, and this to me sounds like someone who would poke and poke and poke and start little arguments, almost as if everything was if everything was okay, or even if things, you were annoyed at them about something, but then they would blow it up to be even bigger, and they would push and push and poke until you would explode, and then they would react to your reaction. They know, they're very aware of their shitty behavior, but I'm thinking as well, their impulsive nature, especially in jumping into bed with other people after you. Again, that person could be an Aries, the person they slept with after you, but also that could be heavily in their chart, or just an Aries in general is involved somehow in this. Is that someone in the middle, someone trying to sabotage this? And then you've got divine timing. So believes union will happen when it needs to. So they are trusting now. Yes, they were in denial of the connection for a long time, but they see it for what it is now, and they're trusting and hoping that divine timing will bring you two back together. The universe is placing people, things, challenges, and more into your life when you can handle them. Believe that everything in life happens at exactly the right moment. I want to take action towards you. I want to talk with you, be with you, and feel you. Please be patient, my love. I will come back to you in divine timing. What's this one? Fragmentation of the soul. Significant drama from their past. So that makes sense as to why they treated you the way they did, because even if they were making future plans with you and had a serious commitment, their tendency to self-sabotage because of drama that they'd already lived with in their past created that situation. Irrational, unexplained fears. Checking out in certain situations, and they certainly checked out at the end of this connection. Overreactions to seemingly small problems. So again, if you were annoyed at them about something, and then they would blow it up to be even bigger because they couldn't handle any kind of criticism. I'm working on my self-worth. So self-worth is big for them right now. For a long time, I deemed myself as someone who didn't deserve love. That's sad. And happiness. I was always angry with my life and pushed love away because I thought I didn't deserve it. And that is exactly what they did. So they understand the power of this connection. They believe in it deeply. But they're trying to work up the courage and also feeling worthy of having you back in their life. Okay, let's get your current energy. What is this collective's current energy, please? Sorry, first I just want to get these message cards because I feel like there's something in here that wants to come out. I keep hearing the word fear. It's on. I see you looking good and moving on. I don't care who you're talking to. I'm better. I will compete for you. So they're willing to put in the determination, persevere, and fight for you, even if you are talking to other people. Let the past go. Can we rewind time and go back to before we were both broken down by life? Our past hold us back from our future. Run away. Would you pack a bag and meet me in Hawaii? I just want to get away from the world and be alone with you. Others' opinions. Someone is in the middle, someone is trying to sabotage this. They went to others. I think there was a particular person, maybe a friendship or someone that was in your kind of outer circle that was lingering in the background when you two were together, that they were going to and talking badly about your connection. But I think there's other people involved too, friends, family. I feel bound by my culture and my family's beliefs. So this is more about their family's interference in your connection. I feel bound by my culture and my family's beliefs on how I should live my life. I'm working towards breaking free from limiting myself based on their beliefs. Finding myself. And unblock me. Maybe you've got them blocked, or they think you're blocked, think they're blocked. Or if it's been a long time, maybe there's been a change of numbers and you don't even have each other's contact anymore. I heard that specifically. Finding myself. It was time I went within to find myself again. I need to figure out what I want out of life. I need space. I think that they're just trying to figure themselves out. And that's that self-worth that they're working on right now. I miss you and want to connect. Please unblock me literally or energetically. So it could be that your numbers changed, their numbers changed, you don't have each other's contact anymore. But again, if you want to reach out to someone, you find a way. There's email, there's social media, you know what I mean? So we can speak. I have a lot to say. But it might even be that energetically, every time they've gone to hit send or written something and then not sent it, they must be feeling like they shouldn't. So maybe energetically they feel like you're blocking them out, like, and twin flame. So they see you as their twin flame. You activated my soul to find my true purpose and destiny in life. You helped me heal in ways no one else could. Thank you for finding me again this time around. So this person really does believe in it being a spiritual connection, something that you two have found each other in every lifetime. This is not some meaningless connection. This is something from up above. All right, so let's get your energy. We can. Oh, you got the golden egg. Wow. The beaver and the crow. The crow is a messenger bird as well. Okay. So that's water, spirit, and air. Hard worker, loyal, tireless, family first. So you could really be focusing on your family right now. You might already have a child or children, but you're really spending your time having that quality time with people that you're close with. The beaver personality is a welcomed sight. These good-natured and dependable creatures have infinite love and enthusiasm for family and express it by way of the earth element, providing a home and financial stability. And that's the thing. If you do already have children or people that depend on you, and you had to move away from this person and rebuild your life and create your, financial stability again and a stable home for this child or people, that can be quite daunting. Although a beaver doesn't usually initiate a project, once started, they'll work steadily for weeks, months, or years to see it through. And I think that's the healing journey you've been on. The beaver card appears when the task at hand requires your long-term steady effort. It can also signify, that it's time for some karma yoga, selfless service. When in balance, happy, meaningful work. When out of balance, feels useless and worn out. To bring into balance, physical labor and selfless service. All right, the golden egg. That's the cosmic egg. So this is the heart chakra. So open up your heart, it'll help you attract more love. You're definitely opening up your heart to love again. Maybe if it's been a long time since you've separated from this person, you probably had your heart closed off because you had to focus on rebuilding your life. Message at the center of the heart, the unstruck sound. Within the golden egg lives a precious sound. Deep within that sound resides a message. The sound cannot be heard nor the message discerned until we retreat from the noise of modern day life. The magical essence of the golden egg needs warmth, quiet, and time to unfold. No rushing, pushing, or grasping. Find a place of deep and restful ease, perhaps through yoga or meditation. If you do not yet have a meditation practice, take some time for introspection or contemplation. When the mind begins to settle and the breath is calm, ask the question that weighs heaviest on your heart. Staying open to any response you hear. Engaging with the energy of the golden egg is an advanced practice. It requires becoming intimate with our very essence and comfortable with vulnerability. When a feeling of tenderness or gratitude arises from deep within you, know that you are well on your way. Your chest may swell like you are seeing an old friend that's been away for a long, long time. Listen to the message that they've been waiting to tell you. The subtle essence of the golden egg is nestled deep within the heart center at the fourth chakra. This chakra, called Anahata, is the home of the self or soul. By bringing the mind into this center, we discover a portal to the most intimate and luminous space. It is said our inner guide sits there in deep meditation waiting for us. Anahata translates as the unstruck sound. Okay, the crow. Spiritually strong, creative, and watchful. The crow has long been a symbol of magic. A crow personality is drawn to the supernatural and has a gift for seeing the unseen, knowing the unknown. It is said that the crow holds within its mind's eye the three realities, past, present, and future. Crow energy is potent and should only be tapped into when the mind is clear. Those with crow tendencies, must balance their lives with a healthy diet, joyful friends, and regular self-study. When in balance, psychic, strong, and clear. When out of balance, ungrounded and hypersensitive. To bring into balance, daily meditation practice. So every single card is telling you to meditate. So you could be, I just heard you actually do meditation for your job. Like you could be a yoga instructor and you do meditation practices. If not, you've just started it, or this is to encourage you to start it, because all three cards, the message is meditate. Okay, so let's get this person's current energy. They're feeling like they're in the connection, they're the divine masculine. So what's the masculine's current energy, please? The frog. I don't think I've had frog before come out. Alright, just one for them. The octopus. So I think that they're a bit all over the place right now. I think their mind's all over the place with a million different responsibilities, as well as all the different things that they're thinking about when it comes to you. Let me get one more. They're trying to carry too much all at once. The butterfly. This one always reminds me of Pokemon. Okay, octopus. Can you hear that jet? Reaching, yearning, there's certainly yearning for you, lacking boundaries and direction. I think they're lacking boundaries, especially with that card of others' opinions, their family's interference. I think for a long time they may have not even been aware of how much they were letting their family's opinions affect not just this connection, but their whole life. The octopus signifies a wonderfully perceptive mind paired with a lack of healthy boundaries. So this person would have been highly observant and noticed your moods change, but then at the same time they lacked strength in putting outside interferences in their place, so to speak. Unfortunately, this results in well-intended but messy relationships. The octopus entwines itself into other people's business and shares their own without restraint. They believe that's what it means to be close. If you notice after spending time with someone that you feel drained or uneasy, the essence of the octopus, is at play. Begin to establish healthy boundaries, be patient and firm. It may be a very old habit to change. So I think this person's been like this for a long time. They always get in the middle of things, thinking that they're helping or they're mediating, or they're always the go-to person in their family to fix everyone's problems. And they just got so used to it being that way that even though it made them miserable, they didn't know how to not be that. So they're working on that right now. And the thing is when you're a people pleaser, it's like, I love that saying, a friend to all is a friend to none. So it's like if they're trying to please everyone, and then the person that loves them unconditionally and wants to be their partner in life, they're copying all the built up resentment from this person. That's not fair. It's something that it's like you want to please everyone, but then the person that you love the most is ending up copying everything because of it. When in balance, interested, engaged, intelligent. When out of balance, needy, clingy, and lacks courage. To bring into balance, space to oneself and talk therapy. All right, butterfly. Where are you? There you are. Undergoing great change. So they're going through this transformation right now, which makes sense because there's so many cards for this person about them working on their self-love. Undergoing great change and transformation. The energy of the butterfly is with us during periods of transition. Since air is the element of the heart, this change usually involves relationships. Duh. Or if you love your job, perhaps your career. But in this case, we know that they love you. So since transition is accompanied by some amount of discomfort, be extra patient and kind during this time, especially if the butterfly is you. Let solid friends and activities support you like a cocoon, committing to one daily routine, a meal, a practice, or a prayer, done at the same place and time will do wonders for lifting a butterfly's spirit. When in balance, cheerful and graceful. When out of balance, fragile and frustrated. They're probably going in and out of feeling fragile and frustrated while working on these self-love issues. To bring into balance, daily routine. And that's the thing, the divine masculine needs to work on their discipline to feel like they're really living their best version. Okay, so let's get advice. Let's get advice for you on how you should handle this when it comes in. What is your advice for this collective, please? Communication. Number 7 and 11. I want to let my guard down with you, but fear makes me lash out in self-defense. So I think this person as well, in the past, you would have remembered them to be someone that lashes out quite aggressively when they don't know how to communicate their frustrations. But communication, this is clearly an issue here because this says when we're talking, things just come out of my mouth and afterward, I'm not even sure why I said them. So this person has definitely said some nasty things to you in the heat of the moment. Their conflict style is quite alarming and aggressive. for both of those to come out together, it's certainly a pattern that they always have when they bottle up, and then they explode. And this is what I mean, when they're people pleasing everyone else around them, and then the minute you want something, that's the straw that breaks the camel's back, and you cop all the resentment that they have built up when you're the one that they should be prioritizing. When you want something, that should be the priority, not everyone else, their family and friends. All right, anyway, let's keep going. But this person definitely has a pattern of lashing out at you when it all got too much, or when you were upset. It's like they couldn't put the boundaries in with everyone else in their life when they were upset, and they just take it and fix everyone's problems. But the minute the person closest to them, you, was upset or needed something, it was all too much, and you would cop it. Like I said, that seems to be this person's pattern. The people they need to be setting boundaries with, they're not. And then you copped all the boundaries. You were the one safe person they could lash out at. When you understand. Anyway, the 7th of August or the 8th of July. I'm trying to understand how my thoughts create my reality. I need to stay positive. Are you? So they're asking you to remain positive, because I think this person's going to struggle to get their words out because they don't want you to misunderstand them. And they've got so much to say that they might jumble their words a lot. 11th of April, 4th of November. I've been so grounded all my life, it's hard for me to trust the spiritual elements of our connection, yet I can't deny they exist. And that's the thing, they were denying it for a long time, but they're not anymore. Number 5, the 2nd of May and the 5th of February. You are in old patterns but can't see it. That's them. They're in old patterns. So I think for this to be advice, this to me feels like you're at a point where you're able to be neutral when they come in, because they're going to be stumbling over their words. They're going to be anxious and fumbling because they have so much to say, and their mouth can't move as quickly as their brain is thinking these things. So it's actually very good. It's good anyway for you to be in a neutral place, but it's much better than you being anxious and them just going rah at you and you taking it on as if it's your problem, because it's not, it's theirs. So I think, but that being said, in the beginning, the cards coming out reflected that this is actually going to have a very positive outcome. You're actually both going to feel like you get a lot out of this conversation. I feel you pulling away, and it triggers my fears that you'll leave me for good. Again, number 5. So transformation is big for this person. But I think here, this is an opportunity for you to also, when they're speaking, listening in a way where it's like your intuition will tell you, because you are quite psychic, so you will know when their words, they're saying one thing, but you can feel that they mean something else. So their advice to you is basically just to, it's hard because I don't want to say read between the lines, because you want to just take someone, you want someone to just be very clear, but I think your intuition will tell you what this person, what their intentions are. And so to not fall short to taking the bait, if that makes sense. Not because they're trying to trick you, but because I think they're going to struggle. I'm struggling to freaking get this out. So, but you know what I'm trying to say, and that's what I mean. You know what I'm trying to say, even though I can't get the words out. All right, I want to get a timing card, and then we'll do potential outcome for this. Fall. So we're in summer now, so what's that? Not till next March? Sorry. February, March, April is full here. Yeah, next year, so fall of next year. So February, March, April, those months. It's going to take a while, so but I mean that's not really that long, so let's not count December because we're at the end anyway. January, February, if it's February, that's like less than 2 months away. Okay, and summer. We're in summer now. So something between now and February, March, April is the things are going to get moving. And that's my travel card because she's at the picture's the airport. So there's well, we know because distance came out. So they, I think, will plan a trip to come see you. What was I doing? Tarot for potential outcome. What is the outcome of this, please? What's this person's next actions and what is the outcome, please? Okay, so you got the Devil, but I actually think that this person is very trapped in their mind, as in I think when you're thinking about next moves, this person is consumed by this. It's all they can think about, and that's that Devil energy. It's consuming them. It's obsessive, not in a scary way, but just more like the temptation to come towards you is just all consuming right now. What's that? Ten of Swords. So they're going to talk to you about the painful ending. This is good. They're going to talk about the things that the Devil energy that they were entertaining towards the end of this connection that led to the ending, and the Devil energy that they were acting out in self-destructive behaviors after this connection was over, and how they ran from this connection. They kept doing things to distract themselves from you. They're going to talk about this Ten of Swords, the painful ending and the way that they left you feeling betrayed, and that it's going to close out a cycle of things unspoken. They're going to talk about the darkness that they were in and the pain that they went through during this time as well, and also apologizing for the pain they know they caused you. How much internal suffering that they've been going through because of what they did. Their behavior, what they entertained, who they entertained. Again, remember, I was hearing, you're disgusting, I hate you. Like, they have a lot of self-loathing about their behavior and who they entertained. The Hierophant, but that's about traditions and commitment. Ultimately, once they have this conversation with you about this Devil energy and the painful ending that happened here and what they've been through, and it needs to be back and forth, because obviously you should be able to speak about the pain that was caused for you too. But the Hermit's very good because that's a marriage card, and it's also a learning card in the sense of spiritual learning. So I think that this person actually is developing into your equal spiritual partner. And even if traditional marriage isn't what you two end up doing, but it's just a lot, a committed relationship for the rest of your lives. But to confirm the Devil, you've got Hermit. So they have gone into self-isolation to work on these things, addictions. Again, the nasty opinions, or just the opinions that were not good, were not words, sentences. They're doing a lot of soul searching, basically. And they're doing it through spiritual practices maybe, and also definitely routine. But that's part of what they're going to talk about too, the things that they did to go, the self-imposed isolation they put themselves in and what they've learnt through doing that. Ten of Swords. Four of Pentacles. They really have a lot of regret about the past here, and it came from a lack of control. So it could have even felt that, like, in the connection they didn't feel like they had control in the connection, and so that fear made them also self-sabotage. And this Four of Pentacles is also about being stubborn, so I think that they recognize that they have a stubborn streak in them, as well. For that to confirm Ten of Swords, that really does reflect that they want to discuss the pain that was caused here, the damage that was caused here, which is good, because to me that then says that they know they need to take accountability, and that takes action and perseverance. It's not one conversation and all is forgiven. It's something that you rebuild the trust and work on it to get that security, that stability back in the connection. All right, Hierophant. Nine of Pentacles, beautiful, abundance. So confirming this marriage, you've got abundance, wealth, luxury, financially independent, beautiful, and attention. Nine of Pentacles, that's Virgo. So you've got Capricorn, Gemini, Taurus, and Virgo here. And then on the bottom, Death. So it's interesting how you start with the Devil and end with Death, but Death isn't a bad card. It means things had to end for something to begin. It's a phoenix. Everything burns to the ground and you rise again, and you're even stronger and more powerful than before. But I think that this is going to have the pain and the hurt that this has caused you both. You are both rising from the ashes now, and you're going to have a new beginning together. This ultimately is bringing a new beginning for the two of you to move forward in life as one. If you want that. All right, let's get you an angel card to close this out. Closing message for this collective, please. Miracles. Perfect. And meditation on the bottom. Definitely look into meditation. Miracles. Maybe this is going to feel like a miracle when it comes in, because it's been a long time. So you might have given up on this person coming back around. Miracles are occurring all around you right now. Begin to notice them and you will experience even more miracles. This card is the angel's way of telling you to expect a miracle. Excuse me. Perhaps you feel that you need one right now because you can't see any other way to a solution. Be open to allowing God to help you resolve your challenges in ways that will surprise you. You open the door for miracles when you become willing to surrender your fears to God. Visualize the angels carrying away the issue and feel yourself supported by God's wisdom and creativity. As you relax into the source, you are assured that blessings are surrounding you right now. Be open to a miracle coming your way. Couldn't end on a better note. But yes, look into meditation, because that's come out a lot in this reading. So that's something that if you're not already doing it, look into it. But I hope that helped, and enjoy your evening.